Dylan, it's a marvellous occasion for everyone, I'm sure, but it's one that you've deserved. What's the feeling among the group as you prepare to face Chelsea?
Yeah, I think you're right. Obviously a massive occasion, and it's obviously going to be a really difficult game, but it's one everyone in the group is really looking forward to.
Are there any players in particular that you'd like to come up against?
No, I think there's many on that team. They're obviously a team with a lot of world class players. We know that, of course, but I think as a team in general, it's going to be a really interesting one.
But it gives you an opportunity to showcase your talent to a wider audience as well. I mean, you've had a fantastic season. Probably your best, would you say?
Yeah, I think it has been my best season for sure. And look, tomorrow's obviously another massive occasion to showcase that, and really looking forward to it.
Do you have many family coming over as well?
I do, yeah. I've plenty. I think 22 tickets in total, so I'm sure they'll be cheering on tomorrow.
Dylan, the fact that you have secured the playoff place already, does it take a bit of an edge off, a bit of pressure off the game? Not that it was pressure anyway, but can you enjoy the occasion that little bit more?
Yeah, I think so. Obviously, look, we know it's going to be a really difficult game, and I think we put ourselves in a fantastic position coming here. Like I said, it's going to be a really difficult game, but to have the playoff spot secured is massive, and I think we can go out tomorrow and showcase what we're all about.
When you see Chelsea training today with the likes of Nkunku and Felix and Kukureya, is it the kind of thing you dream about as a player, to play against players that have reached that level in their careers and testing yourself on that stage?
Yeah, absolutely. This is these are the reasons you play football, is to play in games like this against obviously world class players, and really looking forward to it.
What's been the secret to having such a good European campaign and the way Rovers have performed, got the results? What's been your secret?
We're obviously a really good team. We've won a lot of leagues over the last few years, and I think we've actually learned a lot in European games in the past. I think we have a massive togetherness within the squad, and we've obviously showcased that with going to the likes of Vienna and getting a result. And we've just been playing some really good stuff and scoring a lot of goals.
Thanks very much. Good luck.
Thank you.
Anyone else for Dylan?
Dylan, when you were in England, did you play here against Chelsea?
No, I didn't. No.
Played against any players?
No, I played with Dewsbury Hall at Leicester, obviously,
Yeah.
but other than that, no.
Okay. Any contact with them?
No, not before the match, no.
Dylan, does the past 5 games or this whole European run, does that help you coming over here that you believe you can play at this level?
Yeah, absolutely. There's a real togetherness and belief within the group. No matter what team we play, we have a game plan, and we've obviously shown this year, especially, that we can do a lot of special things with this group, and I think we've shown that over the European run.
Have you changed perception of the league, maybe for people who weren't watching it?
Yeah, maybe. I think for us as a group, we know what we're about, and that's all that matters. But obviously now to do it on the European stage is it might show people that don't know much about the league that we are a top side and we can obviously handle it in Europe.
Are you thinking to next February or possibly March yet, or is it all about tomorrow?
No, I think it's all about tomorrow.
Well, like you said there about what the occasion would mean, but as a player, is there a little bit of trepidation because you are coming to such a big club and obviously what they've already done in the league phase?
No, I don't think so. Look, these are the games you want to play in as a player. I mean, if you can't get up for a game like this, it's I don't think you should really be playing football. So, look, it's obviously a massive occasion, and I think it's one that we will look to enjoy.
And you said there about your own season and probably got it being your best, but if this European run make you even think differently about what levels you can get to in your career?
I haven't really thought about it, to be honest. It's obviously been such a long season, and just kind of focusing on the next game, and we've obviously had a lot of games, so I haven't really had much time to think about that, and just enjoying my football at the moment.
Okay. Sean?
Good man. Stephen, can you put in context what it means for you and your players to be unbeaten so far in the competition, coming up against a team as big as Chelsea?
Yeah, obviously, like you start out in the league phase, and you want to do as well as possible. I've said many times I felt we could be better than what we were the last time, and we've shown that this time round. And as it goes on, belief grows in the group and confidence, and then you find your rhythm and you find your stride, and before you know it, you're coming to the last game against one of the best teams in European football right now. So, but we've put ourselves in a brilliant position to come here and play against such a big club, such a big team, and we're in a really strong position also. So that's a really nice feeling.
How would you gauge the mood of your players? Sometimes you can feel how they're going to perform beforehand, you've said in the past.
You have to be excited, you have to be nervous before games like this, against teams like this. I think that's all healthy. It keeps you on edge, it keeps you sharp. Look, give me this game any day of the week over a game in front of 50 people. That means nothing. And no one will have any interest in it. This is why we're involved in the game. This is why the players work so hard, our players work so hard, and you get to test yourselves against probably the most informed team in England and Europe right now.
Your players will attract a lot of attention because of what they've done this season. This is a shop window for them in many respects. Are you worried that you might lose some players because of the success they've had?
No, that's the laws of the jungle in football, isn't it? There's a pecking order. We understand where we are now. We've done pretty well in the transfer market for an Irish club in the last 5 or 6 years. We've made a lot of money. If clubs are interested in your players and they want to take them, it means we're doing something well. It means they're doing something well. And like I said, you got to understand where you are in the pecking order when it comes to transfers. And if the offer is right for our club, we've always shown that we'll do deals. That's part of our DNA and what we do. We get players, we improve them, we sell them, and we keep trying to improve off the back of that.
Does that law of the jungle apply to you as well? Because you've been linked with jobs in England because of the success you've had with Shamrock Rovers, maybe in particular this year?
I don't know. Look, it's nice when you hear people speak nice of you and admire what we've done in the last few years. It's always nice, but for me, I've just turned 40. It's really important I stay focused on developing and learning and wanting to be better. And I've said from day one, wherever it takes me, wherever my career takes me, it takes me. Wherever my path is, it is, and I'm okay with that.
And do you see that this particular squad can improve even further next year and beyond?
Yeah, well, I wouldn't be in the job or stay in the job if I didn't feel that could be the case. You're here to improve. I'm here to improve as an individual. The staff are here to improve as a collective. And if we don't feel we can improve the group and the club, well then it's time to step aside and let someone else do the job. So that's always your aim. Can you improve year on year? So there's definitely more growth in this group.
Hi, Stephen. You've alluded to it there. I mean, Chelsea, if they were in the Champions League this season, would be among the favourites for that competition. They're in the Premier League title race. What have you kind of noticed when you've watched them at times this season? Have you enjoyed watching them, knowing that you've got this fixture coming up?
Yeah, you have to enjoy watching a team like Chelsea play this year. They have everything. They have a mix of power, pace. They have a real clear identity in what they're doing. They have real energy in the team, and then obviously they have bundles of quality in between that. So it's been a real joy to watch them since the managers came in, and that's what we've got to be looking at to try and learn from these teams and them coaches. So it's been really enjoyable.
What way do you approach it? Do you look at when you hear some of the individual names, Nkunku, Felix, Kukurea mentioned before? Do you what's the approach in terms of stopping a team like that and individual players like that?
It's a bit of both. You got to remember we've played against some big teams in the past and big individuals, so it's not our first time, and I'm sure it won't be our last time. So it's a bit of both. Like, we haven't watched. You watch their Premier League games because their identity doesn't really change. They change slightly in their building phase and what they do, but not too drastically. They don't change too much. but in the European games, obviously it's different personnel, so you just want to see when their personnel come in, how it affects their style and what they're actually trying to do. But how they play and how they try and hurt you, and that doesn't change too much. Their identity is pretty clear, and they're just really good at doing it. Thank you.
Just Stephen, on what you were saying about the interest from Millwall, they can set on you Josh treatment. Have they actually been in touch, or are you putting everything on the back burner until that is actually final?
No, like I said, tomorrow is so important for me. If I sat here and said that I'd been speaking to X, Y, Z, I think that's been really disrespectful to my club and my players. You know, that's not how we operate, and that's not how I operate. If one of the players did that, I'd be very upset with them, and I would have felt it crossed the line there. So if I'm going to expect that from them, I've got to hold myself to them standards as well. And like I said to you, I think myself, the players and the club have a really strong and good connection and relationship, and my only focus this week has been preparing the team for tomorrow night. I understand people talk and there's speculation, but I can't control that. I don't want to control it. It is what it is. All I can control is getting these men prepared as best we can.
So you're a Chelsea fan?
Yeah, I've been Chelsea since I'm 5, 6, 7. Sorry?
How come you signed for Arsenal?
Liam Brady, yeah, Liam. Liam was the man to get over the line. At the time at Chelsea, there was no real culture of young players, Irish players there, and I didn't want to be the first one in a long time to do that. So Chelsea were brilliant to me, as I travelled to many tournaments with them, played for them a lot. Yeah, a lot of happy memories, and it was a tough one at the time to turn them down. But Liam Brady at Arsenal was special at his job at that point in time, academy director. But he got what it took to make a big club like Arsenal feel like a small club, feel like a family, and that makes an impression on young players, especially when you're leaving home. And it certainly made an impression on me when I was 14, making that decision. You know.
What was the last game you attended here as a fan?
Testing you now.
Here as a fan, I can hardly remember last week, Mike. I don't know. I haven't. I can't remember. Really, I can't remember. It's not because I'm in football. I don't go to too many games in terms of, unless I'm watching players or opposition managers and how they're setting up. I don't pick out fixtures around and just want to go and watch games. Probably because I'm in it so much, like, you know. But it's yeah, years back. I remember travelling with the first team to cup final against Middlesbrough. Di Matteo scored after 40 seconds or 30. I can't remember the exact, but that was a special memory. But yeah, I haven't been back here in a long time.
Sorry, you made obviously Josh's situation and that. Can you say with any certainty if you'll be still Shamrock Rovers manager either by the playoffs or the last 16?
They could sack me. If it goes really wrong tomorrow, they could sack me. So I'm not too sure, to be honest with you. Like I said to you, and I am genuinely flattered by the interest that's been shown on me the last 2 years, but I keep repeating, and Josh is number one. He's treating me. My family's number one, but Josh's treatment's number one. And that's not going to change anytime soon. Do I want to better myself and try and be the best manager I can be and challenge myself? Of course I do, 100% I do, but for that to happen, everything has to be right. Like I said, I'm 40, I'm not 60 sitting here thinking that has to happen tomorrow. I'm still developing, still learning, and let's see what the future holds for me.
Okay, thanks.
You got family over as well?
Yeah, they're all over, yeah. So if there's anyone getting arrested, it's probably them. No, they're good. They'll be alright. But you got to defend and make sure you set up right as a team, and then you've got to also give different individuals special attention because they're special players. So it's trying to get that balance right and that mix right. But what we do know is any 11 they put out is going to be a really, really tough 11.
Why do you think you've enjoyed success in this European run this season?
I think it's a mixture of a combination of a few things. We've obviously learned along the way in Europe. We've grown as a group throughout the years, and I think we've had the group in a healthy position in terms of injuries when we got to Europe. And any manager or coach would tell you you're only as good as your players, and we've had a fit group from the summertime onwards, which had allowed us to go and attack European football, which we haven't been able to do in the past. So. Look, I think I can sit here and take credit. It's all down to the players. I think the players are the ones that cross the white line. They're the ones that have to play the game, and they've been excellent.
On a personal level, do you like the thought of testing yourself against someone like Enzo Maresca, who's obviously come from Man City, working with Pep Guardiola, and is making such an impact on this Chelsea team?
Yeah, I think you have to. That's you hear Dylan talking about want to play against the top players to test yourself. It's the exact same for us as managers and coaches. You want to challenge yourself against the best, and right now these are up there with the best around. You can see the managers came in and very quickly they have a clear identity in how they want to play, and even bigger than that, I think it's very clear they have a real culture now, which is very, very difficult to achieve, and especially at a club like this with so many world-class players. So you can only learn from watching from the outside, and tomorrow we'll get to see that up close, which will be a brilliant experience.
And you've touched upon it already, again, some of the links for you to English clubs. Has that something that, is it just I guess a sign of the job you're doing here?
Yeah, look, I've made no secret the fact that I want to challenge myself at the highest level, and I've never shied away from that. I've had a number of approaches the last 18 months from clubs, but I've also made it very clear that my son has been battling cancer, and that's my number one priority and has been. Thankfully and hopefully we're nearly finished that, but until that time, like I said, it's really flattering to have the interest and clubs want to speak to you, but my son, my family and his illness comes before anything, and nothing will ever change that.
And you must have a very proud son, especially tomorrow night when he sees you standing on the touchline at Stamford Bridge. Yeah,
it's brilliant for my family to be at the game, because they've seen old pictures of me at home when I played for Chelsea when I was young. It was the first club I came to as a boy. I spent many years here, trained here with some great players. So from them seeing them pictures to now actually seeing coming to the ground and seeing me manage here is special for them, I'm sure. And yeah, I'm sure they'll be rooting for us tomorrow, but they also support Chelsea as well, so it'll be an interesting one.
What are your memories from kind of back then, and also coming here as well? Does it kind of bring back memories of have you had, or will you have a chance to look around the place again? And yeah, just some of those memories.
Nice memories. Like I said, Chelsea was a club I was at from the age of 10, so I trained here with some of their club legends, the Di Matteos, John Terry's, that era of players. So Gianfranco Zola. So I remember them quite fondly. Brilliant times. And when you walk back in and walk back up the steps, it all comes flooding back to you. Because when you're in football, everything gets lost into one because you're in it. When I came back up the steps, it was happy thoughts, which is nice. So it's a club I've supported since I'm a boy as well. So it's a special night for all of us.
Stephen, wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Stephen, just similar to what I asked Dylan.
Sorry?
Similar to what I asked Dylan, do you feel like this has changed your perception of you and the club in the league?
I would hope we're having a positive impact around Europe for the league and us as a club. I would hope so. I think how we play helps that. We know tomorrow's going to be difficult and really showcasing that, but we'll still stick to our principles and try and do as best we can within the game, obviously. And I hope people have seen that the last few years, and especially this year, and not only give us respect as a team and as a club, but more so the league. I think that's really important, that we're working extremely hard to try and grow this team, this club, but the league as a whole. So I would hope we've gained a little bit of respect for the league as a whole.
Will you have someone telling you scores out from elsewhere? Because I know top 8, I mean, obviously if you win, you're okay. If you don't, like, you know.
Yeah, we'll just aim to win, so it's should be pretty straightforward. Yeah. No, like I said, we can't control any of that. It is what it is. If we start looking elsewhere and we're playing against this level, you're in trouble. It's about just focusing on doing the best we can out here. And when we come in after the game, everything will be what it is. If we're in the playoff, we're in the playoff. If we're not, we're not. But isn't it such a nice thing that that's what we're actually talking about? As a club and as a team, that we have a chance of going through automatic, but we're obviously in the playoffs, so it's a nice place to be.
Probably hate me for this because I know you're concentrating on tomorrow, but Millwall's been mentioned a lot. Can you shed any light on that or not?
No, like I said, I have to really fully focus on tomorrow night, what this game is. I have to focus on getting the team as prepared as possible. I'm not good enough. I don't think anyone's good enough to take our eye off the ball and think of anything else. What I said earlier, I've been lucky enough to have a lot of teams approach the last 2 years, and the message has always been the same. I'm very thankful we've had conversations, but my son's treatment is number one, and like I said, we're nearly there. It's nearly done, but right now, hand on heart, my focus is on preparing this team to go up against one of the best teams in Europe, which is I'm sure you can appreciate is not easy. So our full focus is on that.
Stephen, where does a night like this rank in terms of your time at the club?
It has to be up there, I think. It has to be right up there with the top ones, and the reason being, I think we played AC Milan a few years back, and it was COVID times, and our fans weren't there to experience that. Tomorrow night we're playing again against such a big club, such a big team, and we'll have 3,000 of our fans there to enjoy the occasion and enjoy the night, and that's why we're in the game. We're in the game to give the people connected to the club special memories and special nights, and tonight our fans will come here. Tomorrow night they'll come here and they'll enjoy every moment of it. I've spoke to a couple of fans during the week that have had really bad news on the health front, and all he wanted to speak about was trying to get to Stamford Bridge and watch this game for him and his son and make a special memory, and stuff like that is the reason you're in the game, so he can come here and experience something that is going to be there for him and his son forever, and that's special. So when you put all that in context, it has to be right up there.
These are the nights that make memories for life.
Yeah, they do. I think we spoke last week. Someone asked me a question regarding money and financials for our club, and we know how important it is. But money comes and goes. It's irrelevant in the bigger scheme of things. All you really have left is moments in time and memories, and tomorrow night, 3,000 of our fans will leave here extremely proud of the football club, and that's special.
And just are you expecting a feisty atmosphere, and obviously the Irish police presence as well expected? Yeah,
I'm sure they will. I'm sure it'll be all in good spirits. I'm sure, but that's what you get, isn't it? You get teams that support their club till they're loyal to a fault, and I'm sure you get that tomorrow from both sets. And I think that's quite standard in any football ground around Europe, and I don't expect tomorrow to be any different. I don't think there'll be anything nasty, but I think both sets of fans will enjoy it, and I'm sure there'll be banter back and forward. Again, that's football, that's life. Thank you.
You've had 50 games and you were managing, and you mentioned AC Milan there, but is tomorrow, on a football sense, the most difficult challenge?
Yeah, I think so. I think when you look at this team and where he has them, I don't think anyone would have expected him to take this team so far in such a short period of time, and he has, and they're a team that are really, really good at what they do. I think a lot of energy, a lot of quality, a lot of power, pace. So it's a really tough one for us. We know that. You can't get away from the levels here and what Chelsea are as a club and a team. But we're here on merit. We're here to try and perform as best we can against that level. At times it's going to be difficult. At times we're going to be really hurting without the ball. But that's what you expect against this level. When we get our moments, we've got to try to show our quality, and we need everything to go right tomorrow for us, and everything to go wrong for them. But stranger things have happened.
And from a scouting perspective, obviously we see them all the time. did you consider going on Sunday, or were you better off really watching the 21s given the rotation?
No, we more watch the European games because they've changed so much.